All right. Well, let's continue then. As I mentioned, I wanted to talk to you about question 13. Currently, right now, do you have any personal students who you're teaching?
No, not right now, currently.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing any seminars or any teaching out there in the U.S. or around the world?
No, actually, I had started doing the lecture circuit. I did the University of Redlands, and that was about the time when I paired up with David Zito, the writer. He came back into my life with this new script, and I was told by him not to be too visible out there if I could try to afford to do that, because he said that's the whole surprise about the new film is what does he look like now and how does he move? And he said if too many people have footage of me the way that I dance now or how I look, it wouldn't be a big deal, when I come on screen for the new film. So I toned it down, but I really would, for an income, I really would like to get back into that, giving lectures and my perspective of how it was growing up in hip-hop culture from the California side, and how, the meeting with the B-boys came about and stuff like that, just to kind of educate and actually make some money doing it.
Absolutely. And again, speaking as a fan and as a lecturer myself, you're exactly the kind of person we would love to invite for guest lectures. I mean, you lived it.
Oh, I would love to come down there.
Yeah, I mean, you've lived it. So if you do decide to get into this again and you want to publicize it, please let us know on your MySpace page, YouTube. Drop me an email. We would like to know. We certainly would like to know how we could get in touch with you. Are you interested in more traditional lectures as well, where you would just talk to the students in a class?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, a lecture is a lecture. I just wanted to make sure that, it was entertaining and informative to the audience. And just from previous lectures that we showed up at, we were, we had that visual in the background. But yeah, I mean, we could do the traditional lecture, because it's actually the content is what you're focusing on.
Right. Well, the people who are going to be listening to this interview, and they're interested in having you come to their university or their college and speak to their group, how should they contact you?
They can contact me via email.
Oh, from your MySpace page? Is that the best way?
No. My direct email, my business email is the Boogaloo Shrimp 2001 at yahoo.com.
Okay.
Yeah, the MySpace is just a vehicle for me to be able to, be able to talk to fans and see. Every now and then something will come through there, but usually I conduct my legitimate business on when it's something that's legit. I have my personal email, Boogaloo Shrimp 2001 at yahoo.com.
Okay, we'll be sure that gets out there. Going back just a little bit to a previous question I didn't get a chance to ask you. Are you still keeping in touch with and working with Bruno Falcon?
You know what? I have his number, and I call him from time to time. And like I said, he's waiting for things to pick up. He's been kind of waiting to see. Sifting through offers or whatever. He's a little bit burnt out of the teaching scene. He wants tangible jobs. I mean, he's used to making a certain amount of money, so he's kind of waiting to see if this breaking movie is going to happen, or if certain projects will come through where he could be a part of. And I told him, I said, if we do a film, he's definitely got to be in it.
Right. So
I definitely have his number, and we chat from time to time.
I think the fans would love to see you two guys get together in something. Do something.
Oh yeah,
together.
yeah. Like I said, that's why. I mean, me and him are still on very good terms, and I think if he knows that there's a fee involved, he would be interested in doing something.
All right. Well, are there any rumors out there in this world about Michael Chambers that you would like to dispel right now?
There's two rumors out there that bother me. One was the fact that I am this egomaniac, and I don't like to be filmed. That's how come I don't show up at B-boy events. And the thing is, that's not necessarily true. I don't want to be exploited. I became this figure in the hip-hop world, and people have been trying to make a buck if they can get me on their DVD or on their camera. And I try to avoid being exploited that way. So that's one rumor. And then there's another rumor. Somebody said that they posted on YouTube that I'm crazy and I'm an alcoholic and this and that. And you know what's really interesting? I think everybody has their bad days, and I felt bad for the guy that posted that because I went to Texas. I had just broken up with my girlfriend. I had some bad things going on in my life. So I wasn't the comedic, funny guy that they remember from the movie, and so he had made a comment on YouTube that I think that this guy's crazy and multiple personalities and maybe possibly an alcoholic or this or that. And it was probably because he didn't know me, and they expected to see that character from the movie, and I had a very serious tone to myself. So I kind of apologize that I came off the wrong way, but not everybody can have their best days. But that none of that stuff is true. I'm totally healthy. I've been preparing to try to get this film to be ready for this film to go through. and waiting for it to be financing, and it's been kind of hard. And I've been saving myself for certain ventures, and now I'm like ready to, I'm ready to venture out and do the stuff that I'm used to, not just be a dancer, but to be able to be a respectable figure on people's projects, and not and not overexploit myself.
What about this? I see on your Wikipedia page that you work at Disney World. Is that true?
Oh yeah, I gotta get that one. Somebody put that. I don't work at Disney World.
Okay. That
came about because I had told somebody in an interview that I really like working with children. Not like in a weird way, but children are such a wonderful audience because they just see, they just see and deal with what is presented to them. And if you're good, you can hold their attention. But if you're not, then forget it. And the thing is, there's a certain, might sound cheesy or corny, but there's a certain wholesomeness. It helps by having children be my audience. I had to tone down whatever I was doing to make it child friendly, and so it was really consistent with the Turbo and Boogaloo Shrimp that people remember. I didn't swear in the movie Breaking. I didn't have to rely on any outside tricks other than just my gas and my personality. And so I have been conscious of that over the years to try to be consistent with who I am as a person and my values. And so, yeah, I wanted to dispel that rumor. I didn't.
Okay.
I'm not a dancer, a break dancing Mickey Mouse.
That brings up an interesting point. As the fans of the world want to see you in Breaking 3 and other things, is there any pressure they can apply? Is there anywhere they can write emails and send letters and say, "Hey, we want to see this movie made"?
You know what? Some fans had tried to do that and post that on the internet database when on the message board, and I just think that people need to pressure people like So You Think You Can Dance or America's Best Dance Crew and write in suggestions. Hey, I read about Boogaloo Shrimp and he's an icon or however they want to title it. I'd like to see him on the show. You can write in suggestions and people it'll create a buzz. And then also too, you never know. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made, and there's a lot of new entrepreneurs out there, and people can put their head together. They can actually create, something, whether it be another film or a TV show. That's what Lucinda Dickey's husband did for her. He created that dance show, even though it was a pilot and it didn't get picked up.